Imagine you are trapped at the bottom of the ocean and you are screaming for help, but no one is there to listen. You try swimming up to the surface, but it's no use. Something keeps pulling you back down to the bottom. You're drowning. This is what it feels like for me when I have major anxiety. This overwhelming feeling clouds my mind and thoughts, and I can't do simple everyday tasks or live my everyday life. Though I'm not alone. In fact, the National Institute of Mental Health states, quote, nearly 1 in 5 US adults live with mental illness, end quote. This overwhelming portion suffers from a mental condition which can ultimately be assisted through a variety of methods. However, one common method is the use of emotional support animals. Emotional support animals, or ESAs, are already in widespread use. To disperse any confusion about emotional support animals, let's first discuss about an ESA, define them, and look at the benefits. Next, we'll compare them to service animals. And finally, I'll share my own experience of having an emotional support animal. So what is an ESA? The LIGHT program defines an emotional support animal as, quote, an animal that is prescribed by a mental health professional to assist in treating clients with a diagnosed mental health condition. In other words, ESAs provide comfort and company for those who need them. And though ESAs are most commonly associated with cats and dogs, other animals have been included to have as well, like birds, reptiles, rodents, and even fish. ESAs provide numerous benefits. Not only do they lessen anxiety and reduce your stress, but they improve your physical health as well. Very well-mined claims studies show that ESAs lower blood pressure, decrease respiration rates, and improve the ability to cope with pain. Any animal, no matter the shape or size, is a perfect ESA for an individual in need. Though often confused, emotional support animals and service animals are not the same. According to the Canine Journal, service dogs are used for individuals who have a mental or physical disability, such as visual impairments or post-traumatic stress disorder. These are trained and registered dogs, and they're allowed in all public locations. Unlike ESAs, service dogs can only be a dog or a miniature horse. ESAs, on the other hand, require approval from a licensed physician or therapist. ESAs don't really require any training, but there is a little training. ESAs because of this, ESAs are provided fewer rights. And under the Fair Housing Act, all ESAs are allowed in all rented dwellings, but not all public spaces. And how you allow your ESA into a public rented dwelling is you go to your physician and you sign, and they send it to your place of living. So now that we have a basis of what ESAs are and what they can provide, I will now share my personal experience of having an emotional support animal. This is my cat, Nova Scotia. She is my emotional support animal. I got her on November 25th of 2020, just after my 17th birthday. She's approximately 2.5 years old, and I adopted her when she was about 1 at our local PetSmart in Fargo, North Dakota. I hesitated buying her and adopting her because I realized I was going to college soon, and I didn't want to grow an emotional attachment with her when I would evidently leave in a couple years, and because that would be extremely detrimental to my health. However, I realized that a few of my friends that graduated prior brought their animals with them, and they're licensed as emotional support animals. So I did a lot of research, I did a lot of digging, and I went to my doctor, and I asked if I was eligible for an emotional support animal, and she agreed. And so now all I have to do is take a letter of signed approval saying that I need Nova Scotia in my life at UND, so she will be going to UND with me. Having Nova Scotia in my life greatly eases my anxiety. I am really anxious at night, especially when I come home, because I'm no longer busy throughout the day, so I can't distract my mind anymore, and all those emotions is built up. So what my cat does is she'll lay down right next to me on my bed, and I'll rest my head right next to her stomach, and I will listen to her heartbeat, and I will listen to the purring, and I'll count the rhythms and repetition, and that really helps me calm down and breathe correctly, and I just feel so much better after it. I also feel like I have a huge connection with my cat. For instance, when I come home and she's really happy and she really wants to play, it automatically boosts my mood and makes me extremely happy as well. And likewise, when I'm sad, she can sense that and she'll be there to comfort me when I need it. Overall, I love Nova Scotia, and I'm so glad to have her in my life. Today, I share knowledge about ESAs, and including their significant reason why they're so important for individuals who need them. By defining ESAs and their benefits, comparing them to service animals, and sharing my own personal experience about having an emotional support animal. So when I get stuck at the bottom of the ocean and I'm screaming for help and no one around me can help, Nova Scotia is there to cut me loose so I can swim to the top and I can finally breathe.